I don't know what I'm gonna really do. I'm not really that sure, but I know I'm gonna do something today that'll make my base feel much more have more things to it than just being an island. We terraformed into a utopia instead of just being a plain island with trees and leaf litter. They want to be great. Too smooth. I want to be. Mm. I'm gonna go fishing, okay? Okay. Okay, so I have to get some fish. Okay. 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 Hmm. Still waiting for some fish. That fish is fast. Okay. I'm not getting any fish anymore. Where are the fish? Mm. Raining. Oh! No, where is it? Come on, come on, come on. I can't remember. I need a. I think I need like an anvil. I don't have any anvils. see what you guys have. Flint so bad. What do you have? Let me see what you have. 5. I thought you were fine for 1. So you have. Whatever is pretty good. Let's see that. Can you make a good trade? I'm just gonna go check my inventory. I'm gonna go check what I have. Oh yeah, we can get something going. Get something going. We get something going. I'm gonna go.
Dread pirate robbers from a character in the Princess Bride movie. In the movie The Princess Bride, nobody had ever seen
32. Oh, I need one more.
depictions, in fact, a phantom. It was the perfect moniker for
Where's
an
the other
online
cat?
Ross loved the concept, and soon he made his new
Oh.
name official.
February 5th, 2012, the Silk Road Administrator made an announcement. Drum roll, please. My new name is
Okay.
Dread Pirate Roberts.
Thanks to his new alter ego, Ross felt like a different
I don't
person
see
when
any.
running Silk Road. However, becoming Dread
I
Pirate
need like
Roberts pushed Ross deeper into the
zombies.
dark side. Now, the FBI,
Pretty hungry.
DEA, and other agencies were
Last
telling him Ross
beef.
was more paranoid than ever, so he took extra security measures. For instance, when Ross hired remote workers to help him manage Silk Road, he demanded they scan their real driver's licenses or passports as a loyalty test. He also added strong encryption to his computer and applied for citizenship in countries that would hide him at his no cost. So while Ross was being extra careful, some of his
Okay.
employees were. And soon, one Silk Road employee would mess up and it would make Ross so mad he crossed the line he would never cross before,
Good.
turning to the dark side.
So you have.
Mushrooms whispered over 45 years ago. Buttery Swiss savory mushroom sauce on charbroiled beef. Here's some good things never changing. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Get to the.
100 days right across the 7 continents.
I'm gonna go. Gonna go like this, and then no, I'm at crafting table. Okay, I don't think I have anything on me. Just trying to check. No. What can I do with a mushroom? I just need a mushroom. A red mushroom, not a brown mushroom. I see it. I see this clown. I don't like the look at his face.
He also mentioned that as a Silk Road employee, he had access to Bitcoin in the Silk Road system. But telling these agents about Silk Road Bitcoin was a big mistake because Mark Force and Sean Bridges had
Okay.
something new in mind.
I think I can trade.
After the interrogation, one of the agents, Sean Bridges, secretly logged into Silk Road using Bridges' password. Then Bridges started sending
33.
amounts of
Think
Bitcoin
get something going.
to his own personal Bitcoin wallet.
The corrupt cop sets out to bust Ross.
There we go. Ooh.
If I can't bust him, I'm going to steal the money and I'm going to use it for
I
my
don't think I should be trading that. So it's kind of a bad deal. Okay, I'm gonna check what else will go. I'm gonna check the fisherman. What do you have? Ooh. I don't know. I'm not sure. The fish looks like a pretty good deal. And I'm gonna go try to trade now. Go to sleep.
Therefore, Variety Jones suggested
Good night.
punishment, ending free. Ross agreed and replied, "I would have no problem wasting this guy."
Okay.
They needed a hitman, and by coincidence,
I really
Ross
need like
offered
a.
contract to Knob, the same undercover DEA agent who had arrested Green
Okay.
and called Force. He agreed on $80,000 for the job. But Knob was
I wanna
a
make a
DEA
couple
agent.
golems.
Was he actually going to carry out a hit? No, but he still wanted the money. So instead of actually ending Green, he would fake it. Knob made Green lie on the floor and splashed Campbell's chicken and star soup on him as fake blood. Then he sent the photos to Ross as proof and received payment. This was the first time Ross tried to end a man's life, but it wouldn't be his last, as Ross allegedly continued sending hitmen after many more people who crossed.
Go cook
Next
this
on his
quick.
list was a Silk Road seller who was trying to blackmail him. In March 2013, someone named Friendly Chemist tried to blackmail Ross. His demands were clear: pay $500,000
Where is
or
it?
he would leak the
Where is
identities
the?
of thousands of Silk Road users.
Where is the?
Instead of paying the blackmailer,
Okay, found it. I
Ross
was being dumb.
allegedly decided to pay a hitman.
We
This
can
time,
go.
Ross hired someone named Red and White.
They're gonna go back on an adventure. I wanna go back on an adventure, please. I just feel so adventurous this couple days. So yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go on an adventure. Like a really long adventure.
In just 2 years, Ross went from a young man trying to change the world to a kingpin deciding who lives.
Yeah, I think it started off as sharing this idea, but then he
I need a carved pumpkin. I think I have pumpkin.
that's what goes.
I mean, try to, and I might have to.
Biggest problems still remain. The cops were not there. Ross thought he covered his tracks, but there was one tiny error that led
Let's
the
make
cops
sure
the search for Dread Pirate Roberts.
to see a pumpkin. I
It's
think.
now the most sophisticated and extensive criminal marketplace on the internet. And folks who never thought
I
about
can
breaking the
cook
law
the
now
iron.
could with the click of a button thanks to Tor
Iron
and
block.
technology.
Damn
Meanwhile,
pretty.
Dread Pirate Roberts was enjoying
I mean
his
copper
newfound
block.
fame and even
Put it
took an
here.
interview with reporters. During the interview, Dread Pirate Roberts was certain that he was going to remain anonymous. He was so confident that he
Other
was
one.
never going to be found. However, he wouldn't have been so
Yes.
confident if he knew what the FBI had just found. It was a small discovery, but it had the power to blow the lid off the entire Silk Road operation. During
I
the
go
summer
to
of
the.
2013,
I didn't go into my house and
agents noticed a
go
flaw
get a
in Silk
pumpkin.
Road's code. But this wasn't just any coding error. It was an error that leaked the IP address of the Silk Road server. The server was like a big computer that ran and recorded everything that happened on Silk Road. The FBI agents traced the Silk Road server to a data center in
Pumpkin,
Iceland.
there's
Turning
my
off the
place.
server would have taken Silk Road offline, at least temporarily. But instead of doing that, the FBI decided to play the long game. They made a mirror image copy of the server. This meant the FBI could spy on Silk Road, allowing them to see everything. Transactions, private messages, and even
I'm gonna put
records
that
of
inside
Dread
my
Pirate
house.
Roberts' own activities. That's when they
I know what to
discovered
put.
in just 2 years, Silk Road
Here.
had processed 1.2 million transactions, generating roughly $1 billion.
We have my new friend. Copy. Yeah, I'm the worst person at making up names.
However, they did find one last thing that turned out to be incredibly useful. The Silk Road server was run by a person who
We have so many friends, guys. We have the villagers, the cats, the dogs. Copy. What else? Who else? Hey, they can open doors.
While the FBI was still trying to put the pieces together, someone else had already figured out who Red Pirate Roberts
And Cluckles, and basically,
was. 3 clicks on
I don't know, it's basically everybody, but like, and animals on the animal island. But that's a lot of people on my PC.
He figured someone must have told other people about Silk Road
Okay.
before it got big, and that someone was probably Red Pirate
Sticks.
Roberts.
Sticks for.
Silk Road onto
That's literally the best deal I've ever seen in my life.
2011 The post was written by someone called Altor who described Silk Road as kind of an anonymous Amazon.com and gave steps on how to find the website. Altor also made a similar post
I'll
on
go
Summary that
chop down some trees.
the post Ross made
on Tree Island.
onto her website. Gary made a note that Altor
I forgot I even had Tree Island.
to talk about Silk Road. Next, Gary decided to check
The
out some
pigs.
other posts. He found
The
several
pigs.
clever
No one living in my island.
That post, Altoid was trying to recruit programmers to work in a Bitcoin startup company. This was interesting.
Even, I'm gonna shower, okay?
Okay,
Bye.
nothing going to be. I'm gonna want to use the shears.
However, Gary wanted more, so he browsed the web for more information about Ross Ulbricht. The search led him to
I'm not like a.
a website where programmers ask coding questions. In March
Maybe like I'm gonna get like
2012,
bushes.
user named Ross Ulbricht asked coding
Like
questions
this.
about the Tor, the dark web browser that Silk Road was running. First, Ross posted a question with his real name. Then, less than 1 minute
Thank
later,
you.
he changed his username from Ross Ulbricht to Ross. Gary didn't realize how important the name
Like
Ross
this.
was. With his final discovery, Gary raced to the FBI to blow the whistle on the case. In September 2020,
And here,
Gary Alpert contacted
then
the FBI and
some
explained
here.
why he thought agents thought Gary's experiment
No,
was
no, no.
interesting, but they weren't so sure that Ross used to be a kind Boy Scout was a criminal mastermind. Until Gary said Ross changed his username to Frosty on Saturday.
Okay, like this, and then we're done. Like this. Go to more. Check everything I have. I could.
Gary didn't know why the FBI agent was fixated on the name Frosty.
So I explained to him that's just the avatar. I thought it was kind of strange that that's his question. But then he said that is the name
We can do the trade, come on.
that operates the site. Frosty.
Agents began to think Gary might be right. The FBI looked into Ross's life and found more proof.
There you go. We have that.
They even found Ross's
Pretty
LinkedIn
bad
post
trade.
where he announced, "I'm creating an economic simulation.
I'm gonna trade more of those.
First-hand
Look.
experience of what it would be like to live in a world without the
Two more
supply
sticks.
of force." Even though the FBI believed that Ross Ulbricht was Red Pirate Roberts, they still
I
needed
think if we
to
trade too much
they
things,
needed to catch him red-handed.
like I can't be trading like.
Literally on the keyboard. They needed to do it fast before Ross discovered they were onto him and disappeared.
See if it really works.
Within 10 days, the FBI
never really
got
used them
an
in
arrest warrant
actual.
for Ross. Then they headed to San Francisco, where Ross lived under the fake name Josh Terry. The clock was ticking, and they still didn't have a plan to catch him.
Um,
The FBI put surveillance on Ross to monitor his
where was
daily
it?
habits and
What was
movements.
it? Oh,
Of course,
cover.
they needed to arrest him when he was logged in as Red
Damn it.
Pirate Robert, so he wouldn't be able to claim innocence. Finally, the
Then,
FBI came up with a plan, but it was
give me-
risky because one
is it-
mistake
is it
allowed
actually
Ross
working?
to lock, encrypt, or even smash his laptop, destroying the evidence they needed. On October 1st, 2013, plainclothes FBI agents followed Ross into a public library.
It was a quiet day. There was quite a few users
He
in there.
actually did that.
It was pretty quiet.
Ross sat in the corner and
It's
pulled out
Finley.
his
I don't know what you're
laptop.
snooping
He
in there.
realized the random posts that the library had.
I'm snooping in there more than but like whatever.
FBI agents that had put themselves in a place to be able to get the laptop and effect the arrest at the same time.
The agents wanted to make sure that Ross was logged in as Red Pirate Roberts before the arrest. They knew exactly how to make that happen. A few months earlier, the FBI had arrested a Silk Road employee named Cirrus,
Okay.
taking over their account. As a Silk
We
Road employee,
chop this
Cirrus
tree
had a
down.
direct line to Ross. So the agents used
Down.
Cirrus's account to
It-
send
it-
Ross a
that's the
message
zombie.
on Silk Road, tricking him into logging into the site. Cirrus asked Ross, "Can you check one of the flag messages for me?" Ross replied, "Sure, let me log in." The agents watched Ross as he tapped on his keyboard, accessing Silk Road. A few seconds later, two undercover agents inside the library started to fake a fight to distract Ross. The fight was so loud that Ross turned his head to see what was happening. That was opportunity at the end.
Okay, like that.
Ross was staring at the fight. Another agent came up from behind and grabbed Ross's
I got to cut something.
in his eye, Ross saw his laptop being lifted and tried to grab it. Before his hands could reach the laptop, another agent came up from behind
32.
and barreled Ross's head.
I think if you trade the same thing too much times, people won't have it in stock.
The FBI agents checked the laptop and
I'm gonna get more stuff.
Ross was signed in to Silk Road, his Red Pirate identity. The laptop had a treasure trove of evidence, fake identities, chats, even Ross's personal picture. The FBI shut down Silk Road immediately. News
There we go.
spread like wildfire.
32.
The FBI today shut down what it's calling the most sophisticated internet site in the business, the secretive Red Pirate
So we have 5 emeralds. This is what we can have here. What do you have to trade?
Ross was slapped with multiple charges, including money laundering, conspiracy, and engaging in continuing criminal enterprise. Ross wasn't going down without
She is.
he said he wasn't
Oh,
guilty,
pretty good.
claiming he was frank. If the U.S. government wanted Ross in jail, they would have to win a tough battle to prove that.
Okay.
Prison life awaits. The trial began in January 2015. Ross's lawyers
Paper.
claimed
I
that
can
he
get
was
paper
set
for
up
you.
as the perfect fall guy for the true owners of the website.
His defense team claims he created Silk Road as a harmless economic experiment. He gave it up after a few months and handed it over to other operators who later threatened him.
Ross explained that the person who took over the site was the real Red Pirate Roberts. He also denied making money from Silk Road or putting hits on 6 people. Ross was so confident in his defense that he turned down a plea deal.
He was offered a deal at a certain point, and he turned it down because I think it was 10 years.
33
Ross's
people.
lawyers argued
I'm gonna go
that
trade
people
them.
who run websites shouldn't be
I like
blamed
doing
for
these
bad
deeds
things
for the
others do on
villagers.
their sites. They also accused the FBI of breaking the law to find the Silk Road server.
They have not said how they
Go
found
back to my base.
or what methods they used. This is required. And if you don't say how, then how do you even know the evidence wasn't fabricated?
Russ's lawyers made good arguments, but still there was a mountain of evidence against him.
That
The
here.
prosecution presented everything
44.
including his journal.
44 beef? You gotta be
He
kidding
also
me.
showed more than $13
Literally more than
million
I ever
in
had.
direct transactions from the Silk Road to Ulbricht's wallet, proving Ross did profit from Silk Road.
Night.
But surprisingly, the prosecution couldn't find any evidence that the hits Ross had ordered were actually carried out, so they couldn't charge him for that. But that doesn't mean that Ross didn't.
51. It's a day 51.
Prosecutors talked about 6 Silk Road customers whose lives had ended because of the substances they bought from the site. The parents of these victims showed up to testify against Ross. On
What's it
February
about?
5th, 2015, Ross was found guilty on all 7 charges against him. All that remained was for the judge to decide how long Ross would spend behind bars. But instead of giving up, Ross tried to make the judge feel sorry for him. Before sentencing, Ross wrote a letter to the judge begging for mercy.
Where
He
is
wrote,
the
"I understand what a terrible mistake I
boat?
made. I had
It's
to
taking
leave
everything in case I won't probably won't use it.
Please leave me my old age. Please leave a small light at the end of the tunnel, an excuse to stay healthy, an excuse to dream for better days ahead, and a chance to redeem myself in the free world before I meet my maker." But his plea
I kinda wanna get a horse
is
too.
the
I'm like
sentence
really
forced
stuff
him
in, I have so much stuff in my
the
mind.
judge
I'm
told
pondering
us
and
what he
doing.
did in connection with Silk Road
Like
was
I really wanna get
disruptive
a
to our social
a
fabric.
parrot,
Sentencing
a horse,
double
and
life imprisonment,
a
plus
bee
40
farm.
years
I just
without
really
the
want those
possibility of
stuff.
Ross wanted to change the world. His journey began as a good kid, and then he made one bad decision after another, eventually becoming something that no one could have ever imagined. My friends, the seemingly small choices that you make every day will either destroy your life
Okay.
or make the world a better place. So choose wisely. Visual Venture.
Honestly,
Thanks a ton
I
to
kinda
both
wanna
members.
get.
Play for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox now by using my link below. New and returning players that haven't played in 6 months across all platforms will get a massive bonus pack. Wait, before you go, make sure you guys click subscribe here
There's
and
a
then
cave.
click this playlist to watch more dark internet documentaries to the goal of 700,000 subscribers by
Okay.
the end of this year. Thank you guys.
Remember the cats I lost? I kinda wanna get them back. Look.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, it's his job to keep the power on. That's why he chooses Granger for professional grade products and next day delivery, so he can rise to every challenge.
Cats.
Call, click, or just stop by.
Kitty
For
cats.
the ones who get it done.
The village abandoned after what I did. Took all the villages. These cats, I forgot. I really forgot these.
We'll start with last week and save the worst for last. My goal is still the same.
The cats are here.
Quality to do that, we gotta keep going. So it means the world if you subscribe, and I promise to do my very best that I can for you on Visual Venture and you for us.
Look,
Rachel's lie exists
really
because a
looking.
young woman trusted police, and that trust cost her.
I go
The
even.
law is named after a 23-year-old Rachel Hoffman. In 2008,
Can we
Rachel
go over there?
graduated from Florida State University. She was young and full of dreams. She wanted to attend culinary school and become a chef. Her mother
Cats.
later described her like this.
Come on, kitty cats.
But Rachel had a secret. She occasionally used substances.
Okay, guys. Still not. Horses! But I don't have anything on me. Those are like apples.
They called the police. Officers arrived and searched her home. Inside, they found the pot.
And we found roughly a quarter pound of marijuana was present during a search warrant. You would hold that on the
Guy's so slow. Saddle up.
Was arrested. She was facing a possible prison sentence. That meant her dream of becoming a chef was a risk. She was desperate for a way out. That's when the police made her a dangerous offer. Rachel was given 2 choices. She could fight the charges in court and risk prison, or she could work for the police.
Guy's pretty slow too.
Afraid of losing everything, Rachel
Still on my
agreed
apples
to
on
go
these
for it.
guys.
In May 2008, detectives gave an assignment. Police were
But who even
investigating
eats apples?
suspected
Like, I know
but they
you
did
you
not
need
find
apples to
any
have golden
evidence
apples.
of Rachel
But who really actually
taking
eats apples? Like, I
She
just
was
apples
suspects
like
in a car
apples.
to purchase substances
Like,
from
just
them.
apples
Rachel
by
nervous.
themselves. Just
Detectives
eat
assured her
random
she would be
apples.
alone. They promised that 18 officers would be nearby, watching the park. Once the deal was done, police would move in and make arrests. And Rachel would go
So
home
far
and
away
dinner
from
with
spawn.
friends or go to a movie. The detectives gave Rachel $13,000 and put a listening device in her purse. She was now part of an undercover
Find
operation.
anything I need. No, I forgot the flipping bed.
On the day of the meeting, Rachel
I'm
met
so
the suspects
stupid.
but they
Well, I can
had
kill
no
the
plan.
sheep,
The
but
suspects
still,
told
I
her
don't
follow
want
them
to.
a new location. Police tried to warn Rachel not to go. The technical issues prevented her from actually receiving that message. She got into her car and drove off. Police tried to follow, but they lost sight of her. That was the last time she was seen alive. Rachel and the two suspects
Okay, I'm
arrived at
still
the
looking
location,
for.
but they never planned to sell her anything.
I might have
Their
to
real goal
sail
was to steal
across the
the
seas
money.
on this
One of them
boat.
noticed the listening device. The
Across.
situation turned deadly. They realized Rachel was working with the police.
Too far
Before
from
she
base.
escaped,
I don't
the
want to
suspects
go there.
ended her. 2 days later, police arrested the suspects.
Investigators from the Tallahassee Police Department had Mr. Green and Mr. Bradshaw transported back to Tallahassee. They led us to Miss Hoffman's body. She is deceased.
Both men were sentenced to life in prison. Rachel's tragedy caused outrage nationwide. Many people questioned how a young, inexperienced woman
But
was
I want
sentenced
to take my
such a
cats.
dangerous
They'll
situation.
just stay
The answer
here.
was obvious. At the time, there were almost no laws protecting
Two choices.
informants. That needed to
Have
change.
any wood?
Crime was so shocking, a law
I might
was
have to chop
created
some trees
in
down.
Rachel Hoffman's name.
Put the
In
remaining.
2009, Florida lawmakers passed Rachel's Law. The law requires
I
police
do
to
this.
explain that
This is
cooperation
really
does
dumb
not
idea.
guarantee release.
See a wolf.
It
I'm
also
gonna go
sets
tame it.
strict limits on how informants can be used.
Doggy woggy. I wanna get
Police,
one.
they must speak with a lawyer. The law can't undo what happened to Rachel, but it helped thousands of informants understand the risks before saying yes. This next law was created because of ordinary people taking Tylenol. The Tylenol bill. In September 1982, Chicago went into panic
I
mode.
think
7
God
people passed
didn't
away
see me
after taking
kill this
ordinary
companion.
pain medication, but this wasn't
Oh my gosh.
Someone did it on purpose. By the time that the truth came out, officials realized a new law was the only way to stop this from happening again. In the early 1980s, Tylenol was the most popular pain reliever in America, but it had a dangerous flaw no one noticed. At the time, Tylenol bottles had no safety seals. There was no foil and no plastic wrapper on the bottle. That meant anyone could open a bottle,
Come on.
swap out the pills, and close it again. And no one would ever know. For years, that risk went unnoticed. Until one day in September 1982. That morning, a girl named Mary woke up with a sore throat.
Matthew Mary Tyler was a student at Jane Addams Junior High in Schaumburg, and according to school officials, she had a cold.
To help her feel better, her parents gave her a Tylenol capsule. A few hours later, Mary collapsed. She didn't survive. At first, no one knew why she passed away.
Trying to
The vote
make
so random.
it.
It was
I'm
not
really
an
far away,
accident.
looking far away
Later
from.
that day in Chicago, Adam Jameson
Like about
died.
500 or 600 blocks away.
Moments later, he passed away too. Then things became even worse. When Adam's family heard the news, they gathered at his home to grieve. His brother Stanley was there, along with Stanley's wife, Teresa. While they were mourning, both of them started to feel sick. Since they were at Adam's house, they found this bottle of Tylenol.
His brother and sister-in-law were so upset by his death that they went back to the house and took some Tylenol from the same bottle.
A few hours later, Stanley and Teresa were rushed to the hospital. They both passed away too.
See anything?
3 more people across Chicago took Tylenol.
Is it like a
They all
tiger?
passed away
I see like a
immediately.
tiger
A total
bile.
of 7
A
people
mushroom.
passed away within a 3-day period, all under mysterious circumstances. Police launched an investigation. They quickly noticed one thing all the cases had in common. Every victim took Tylenol right before they passed. Local news picked up the story.
2 people are dead and another is in critical condition tonight. One of the victims took the pills he bought to his home.
Panic spread fast. Hospitals were flooded with calls.
The phone has been ringing off the hook at Rush Presbyterian St. Luke's Medical Center in Chicago. It's the regional poison control center for the entire Chicago area.
Anyone who took Tylenol feared they might be next. Luckily, investigators were able to recover the victims' bottles. They tested the capsules. The results were clear. Every capsule in those bottles contained potassium cyanide.
Come on, break.
Consuming a small amount
Click it,
would
click
fail,
it.
but those pills contained nearly 3 times the amount needed to end someone. The police immediately warned the public.
I need sheep. Like a really new sheep.
Police struggled to
These
find
1 or
the
2 all
capsules.
died because of
Pills came from different
look at the poor
companies
flower
sold
by
in
itself.
different
Okay,
pharmacies around the
stop getting distracted.
After Investigating, the
Steven.
police reached a conclusion. Someone likely opened random Tylenol
No.
bottles in local
Can
stores.
check.
No one was looking. They removed the real capsules and replaced them with the poison ones. Then put the bottles back on the shelves. And it was easy because the
No.
bottles didn't have safety seals.
I'm really gonna be cooked.
It would be wise not to take extra strength Tylenol at all.
Police alerted Johnson & Johnson, the company behind Tylenol. The company
Come on, guys.
bottle for
Cat.
nationwide. A total
Get on the boats quick. Quick.
But the real problem,
They might make it at midnight, but still.
easy to open. Whoever was responsible for the strike again. So
A drunk can just take us and ambush
they
us.
decided the Tylenol bottles would be relayed. First, a foil seal over the opening. Second, a tightly sealed cap. Third, a plastic wrap around the bottle's neck. If any seal was broken, consumers would know immediately. This became known as tamper-proof packaging. Other companies followed suit. Soon, every medicine bottle in America had safety seals. But packaging wasn't the only issue. At the time, product tampering was only a state crime. There was no strong federal punishment. That needed to change. In 1983, Congress passed what became known as the Tylenol Bill. The law made product tampering a federal crime. Anyone caught could face anywhere from 10 years in prison to life behind bars.
Move,
The
cut,
government
move.
hoped this would discourage people from repeating that crime, but it didn't. 3 years later, in 1986, a woman named Stella Nichol wanted to end her husband, so she added deadly pills to his medicine bottle.
Come on.
Passed away. But the police later discovered what she did. Stella Nichol became the first person ever.
I had to make it to the village.
She was sentenced to 90 years.
My heart is just pacing.
Every time you see a safety seal on medicine, remember this law. It protects millions of people from getting hurt. This next
At least the creepers can't come, right? Because I have the cats. It's a zombie.
Today, every
If I
night in
die,
America
this might be my last day here.
In the early 2000s, many clubs didn't. Back then, sprinklers were not even required by law. One night, more than 400 people walked into a nightclub without sprinklers. What followed was so tragic, it changed fire safety laws forever. In 2003, the Station nightclub in Rhode Island was very popular. It was owned by two brothers. Like many club owners, they wanted to keep noise from leaking outside, so they installed foam padding on the walls to absorb sound.
Oh,
That
creeper.
solved
A
the noise
skeleton.
problem, but it also created a much bigger one. The foam lining the walls was highly flammable.
But it was also made of polyurethane, highly flammable, petroleum-based material. It was installed all around the stage and the dance floor.
The club owners didn't see it as a serious risk. Over time, the club grew even more popular. And in 2003, a rock band
Oh,
called
I'm
Great
cooked.
White
I'm really
put a show
cooked.
there, but one critical detail was overlooked. Great White was known for putting on a pyrotechnic display during the performances.
I think we might have to just spend the night. I'm just
Fireworks meant sparks.
boating in circles. It might be the most boring day ever.
Was extremely dangerous. On the night of the show, the band's tour manager set up the fireworks. They were placed directly behind the stage. By 11 p.m., the band was performing. About 462 people were inside the club. That alone was a serious problem because the legal capacity was only 404. As the band played, the tour manager lit the fireworks. Sparks shot into the air. The crowd cheered. They had no idea what had just started. The sparks instantly ignited the foam on the wall behind the stage.
This is so scary. I'm actually, my heart is racing. My heart is racing with panic.
That's when panic set in.
Like,
Rushed toward the front door. The building actually had a
now I don't care about the cats, but I care about me now. Like,
club through the front door, so they all tried to
sleep.
leave the same way. Many never made it out. By the time the firefighters arrived, it was too late. Hundreds were injured. More than 100 lost their lives.
Good.
The authorities launched an investigation. They identified one major issue. The nightclub had no sprinkler system. Sprinklers would have put out the fire, or at least
I should have bunk my bed. It's so stupid. Oh.
authorities made sure it could never happen again. In the months that followed, new fire safety laws were created. First, nightclubs were required to install sprinklers. Flammable materials had to be removed from walls and ceilings.
Okay.
Emergency exits had to be clearly marked and well lit. Limits were placed.
It's almost midnight.
Inside at one time. Fireworks
Wait,
were
you're
banned in
still-
indoor venues unless strict safety rules.
No more. No.
That
So stupid. Why did I come?
Up next is the story of a woman who made a fatal mistake. Rowan's Law.
Take one creeper. Well, the creepers can't come. Like one skeleton shot that has flame 5. I don't know, flame might just end us.
A disturbing case of 17-year-old Rowan Stringer. Until 15, Rowan Stringer was a high school student in Ontario, Canada. She was also the captain of her sports rugby team. Rowan's friends and family knew how much she loved sport.
So scared.
Players constantly collide into each other and hit the ground. Those impacts can cause serious
Skeleton.
injuries. One of the most dangerous is a concussion, which is a brain injury. Many players didn't understand how serious concussion worked in the spring of 2013.
Gonna go here.
His team played 7 games in the week. During the first match, no one took 2 hard hits to the head. She
Scared.
was easy after, but she didn't tell the coaches. Just
Please hurry up, Knight. Please. I'm begging you. Someone's not even midway. The sun is not even halfway. I'm panicking. Panicking. Because if I die, I might respawn back. Respawn back to where? And look how far we are from spawn. Look. This might be the end. This might be the end.
next match, Venus became much worse. Playing was tackled repeatedly each time that she hit the ground hard. After one fall, she tried to stand, but she couldn't.
No, I can't.
The game stopped immediately. Morgan was rushed to the hospital. The doctors realized this wasn't a
Okay.
typical concussion.
Okay. Dead end. Dead end.
Second impact syndrome. This happens when a second concussion occurs before the first one is healed, and that could be fatal. Doctors tried everything to save her. They couldn't. Rowan's family was devastated. But the tragedy revealed a much larger problem. Most young athletes didn't understand the risks and symptoms of concussions. And because of that, many injuries went unreported. Rowan's family refused to let her passing be meaningless.
I would never want to see this happen to another family ever again. So our goal is to
Creepers are
make
babies.
sure that we prevent that.
They shared Rowan's story with lawmakers.
No, that was like 3 creepers in a row. That was not fun.
Authorities passed Rowan's law.
So Ontario will become the first jurisdiction in all of Canada to pass concussion legislation.
The law made concussion education mandatory. Coaches, athletes, and parents had to learn the risks. It also set strict rules. If a
Fun as
concussion is suspected, the athlete must leave the game. No exceptions. They can only return after a doctor clears them. Because of this law, winning is no longer the top priority. Health is. The laws we talked about so far happened because of
Oh,
This next one was
pretty
recently
close.
because someone made a dumb mistake.
Almost 2,000 blocks.
Whale law. In 1970, Oregon passed a very specific
Took
law
'em
to
20.
not use explosives to blow up dead whales. Why in the world would this be a law? Because it already happened once. Someone blew up a whale, and the result was a disaster. Oregon has a long
Stay
coastline.
still.
Miles of beaches stretch along the Pacific Ocean. The
What?
beaches come with one constant problem. Marine animals sometimes wash up lifeless on shore. Usually they're small and easy to deal with. They can be tossed back into the sea. But sometimes something massive washes ashore. And when that happens, getting rid of it becomes a serious problem. That's what Oregon faced on November 9th, 1970. That morning, a massive dead whale washed
That's
up.
a herd of
It was about
zombies.
45 feet long and weighed nearly 8 tons. It was far too large to move, so it stayed where it landed for days. As the whale decayed, the smell became overwhelming. People could smell it miles away.
It had to be said, the Oregon State Highway Division not only had a whale of a problem on its hands, it had a stinking whale of a problem.
Local officials knew the whale had to go, but every option seemed impossible. Burying it would be too difficult. They would have to dig a massive hole on the beach. Towing it back out to sea wasn't realistic either, so Oregon authorities held a meeting to decide what to do. An engineer-
Finally! Finally!
Plan, but in reality, it was a terrible idea. George's plan was simple. Use dynamite to blow the whale into small pieces. The birds would eat what was left and clean up the beach. George was an engineer
Oh my gosh!
using explosives explosives on highway projects. He figured blowing up a whale wouldn't be too different from a boulder. That assumption didn't hold up. On the day of the blast, hundreds of spectators gathered on the beach. Everyone stood what they believed was a safe distance away. A reporter showed up as well. George and his team brought half a ton of dynamite. That's roughly 1,000 pounds of explosives. They packed it around the whale's body. Then they pushed everyone back even further. The countdown began. Then the explosion. People cheered. For a moment, it looked like the problem was solved. It wasn't. The explosion launched massive chunks of whale into the air. Then it rained down across the beach. Debris landed as far as a quarter-mile away. One huge piece crashed into a parked car and crushed the roof. When the smoke cleared, officials realized they now had a bigger mess. Massive pieces of whale were spread across the beach. They were too heavy for birds to carry, and somehow the smell was even worse than before. It took dozens of workers hours to collect whale pieces scattered across the beach, and officials did what they should have done from the start. They buried the remains in the sand.
Come on, cats. The break of
The
dawn.
embarrassment forced the state to confront a real issue. There were no clear rules for disposing of large marine animals. That ended after the war. Oregon changed its policies. Explosives were officially off the table. When a large marine animal washes ashore, workers dig a deep pit, roll it in, and bury it. The state remembered that lesson. In the next 10 years, 41 whales washed up on Oregon beaches. This time, no one reached for dynamite. History did not repeat itself. This next law was created because of absolutely horrible internet trolls.
Almost.
Zach's Law exists because someone posted an image on Twitter. It doesn't sound dangerous, but there was something about that image that could have caused millions of medical emergencies. To understand why, we need to start with the boy the law was named after, Zach Eagling. Zach was an 8-year-old boy living in the United Kingdom.
Come
His
on,
life
cats.
was different from most kids his age. He was born with 2 medical conditions, cerebral palsy and epilepsy. This made everyday tasks difficult. Even simple movements took effort, but Zach didn't let that define him. He wanted to help others facing the same challenges, so he decided to raise money for the Epilepsy Society, a charity that supports people with that condition. Zach planned a sponsored walk. He would walk 2.6 kilometers in laps around
Is that a
the
cat?
backyard, and he was going to do it without his walking aid. Zach hoped it would inspire people to donate. It did. Unfortunately, it also inspired evil people to act. The sponsored walk was scheduled for May 2020.
Come on,
Zach's
cat.
mother filmed him as he slowly moved around the backyard. It was his longest distance he had ever walked on his own. He succeeded.
Come on, cats. We have to hurry up. We can't stay in this soulless world. They want to kill you.
Societies and social media. We got a ton of views, messages of support for it. Then the internet showed its darker side. Internet trolls posted flashing images and GIFs on the Epilepsy Society's Twitter account. They knew exactly what they were doing. Flashing images can trigger seizures in people with epilepsy. They tagged the posts with keywords that would be picked up by anyone who lived with the condition. Fortunately, Zach didn't have a medical emergency that day, but others weren't as lucky. Many reported seizures after seeing the posts. The Epilepsy Society reported the attack to the police, but officers said there was little they could do. There was no clear law against intentionally triggering medical emergencies online. That's when Zach's mother realized something had to change. Zach's family and the Epilepsy Society launched a campaign to protect people with the condition from online harm.
Come on,
They
cats.
took their case to lawmakers in the UK. In 2023, Zach's Law was passed in the UK.
Zach's Law means that trolling anybody deliberately with the intention of causing them seizures is now a criminal offence.
The law also places responsibility on social media platforms. They must remove dangerous flashing content before anyone gets hurt. If they don't, they can face heavy fines. Zach's walk was meant to raise money for charity. Instead, it changed the law. Now, people with epilepsy have stronger protection online.
You make me proud every single day. You drive me crazy. Yeah. But I think you're the best team ever.
This next chapter is the reason
Don't
why we
sheep.
have Amber Alerts. The Amber Alert system. The Amber Alert system exists because of an incident that happened in Arlington, Texas, and it involved a little girl named Amber Hagerman. One Saturday in January 1996, Amber was riding her bike near her home. A neighbor saw her riding in circles across the parking lot. Moments later, everything went wrong. A black pickup truck pulled up beside her. A man jumped out and grabbed Amber. Then he sped away. The entire incident lasted only seconds. The neighbor called the police immediately. He gave a description of the suspect in his vehicle, but couldn't recall much else.
And he went up behind me and he grabbed her right under her arm to pick her up. He turned around and come right back to here where his truck was, where the door was open, and put her in the truck.
Police launched a manhunt right
Come on.
away, but the truck was already gone. The next day, the entire community joined the search. Search teams combed through
Cats,
Wilmington.
you made it
Flyers posted
too.
everywhere.
It's just
No
what
sign.
I was always
4 days
trying
later,
to
a
tell,
man
trying to
meets
tell you.
discovery.
My will.
And he looked over the fence and saw something white. Looked again and noticed.
Come on, cats.
Amber didn't survive.
You made
The
it,
community was
cats.
devastated. As the shock
You-
settled, people
You
began
made
asking
it.
atypical questions.
Cats,
What
you
could
don't
have
be so
been done to save
stupid.
her? That question led to a powerful idea. On the day Amber was taken, most people nearby had no idea it happened. Life continued as normal. If people knew what to look for, someone might have spotted the truck. Someone might have called it in. Local TV and radio stations already had systems to warn people about severe weather. So why couldn't they use the same system to warn people about kidnapped children? The Texas wanted to share this idea with law enforcement and local broadcasters. They quickly realized she was right. Police and broadcasters collaborated to develop a public alert system for missing children. They called it the Amber Plan.
We were unveiling the Amber Plan.
AMBER stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response. It was also named in honor of Amber Hagerman. When an alert is activated, it interrupts television and radio broadcasts. It appears on highway signs. It even pops up on phones. The goal is to get the public involved as fast as possible. After launching in Texas, the system
Kirika.
expanded nationwide. And since 1996,
I like your face.
system has helped recover
Fire with fire.
Sadly, the man who took Amber Hagerman has never been caught. His next chapter is about building a couple until the footprint the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. In 1911, many workplaces were dangerous, but few were as deadly as the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory in New York. The factory occupied the top 3 floors of a 10-story building. Inside, workers made shirtwaists.
Shirtwaists were a type of blouse popular with women office workers in the late 19th century and early 20th century.
Okay,
Demand for shirtwaists was high, so factories pushed workers hard to keep up.
so we
Work was
have.
exhausting. The workers had
Guys,
little power.
thank you for the
They worked
15
9
subs.
hours a day on weekdays
Have a great
and 7
day.
hours on Saturdays. But the long hours weren't the worst part.
And
Safety was. Factory owners wanted
please
to stop
visit my channel
workers from
and
taking breaks
finally,
outside. They also
goodbye.
wanted to prevent